Boy Big G, Stocks and Cigars, episode 20. I'm coming to y'all from the beautiful Lake Buena Vista, Florida, right here near Disney. Obviously, we're dealing with a little bit of weather here, but that's not going to stop what we do with Stocks and Cigars. We hit an all-time high today once again, folks. And we did that without the power of NVIDIA, the power of the Mag 7 really rising today. What we saw today was really the small caps and a little bit of continuation from Lilly and some of the other mid techs, and especially saw some motion in the healthcare sector. So today, man, we're just going to do a quick recap of kind of what I'm looking at in the market right now, some plays that I'm getting ready to get into. Obviously, we got some big numbers coming out Friday. We got some inflation numbers coming out soon as well. So we're just gonna keep an eye on things, man. Really, at the end of the day, it's been all about positioning. If you are positioned short and you feel like this market has been running too much, a lot of people I know have been in that position. Hey, man, let's wait until we see this thing double top. Let's wait until we see this thing triple top. Let's wait until the exuberance gets to a point where it makes sense to go in that direction. For now, I'm riding the wave, man. Once we fill that gap, which was a couple posts ago through the IG site. Man, listen, once it fills that gap and it gets back moving, you know the institutions are in there buying that. So at the end of the day, you kind of want to sit back, relax, and see what you can get into for the next chapter. For me right now, I am looking at a few different things, man. I am looking at Boeing getting below that $150 level. That's looking juicy. I'm looking at Microsoft, hoping that we can get back to that 410, 409 gap fill, because then I would definitely be a buyer there. I'm also looking at Adobe being under 500. If we get back to that $500 level, depending on the sentiment of the market, are we going to go down from there, or are we going to bounce from there? Um, Another big one I'm looking at right now, believe it or not, guys, is Humana. Humana did a nice, almost 30% drop since announcing that they were going to be getting a little less than they regularly get um, for their Medicare solutions packages. So that's been a big one that's been on my mind as well. You can't get around looking at the XLE right here. The XLE obviously is the ETF that handles most, if not all, of the oil patch. With all the turbulence going on in the Middle East and everything else, I just see that as being a catalyst for that to skyrocket here in the near future. Also, when the market goes down, that seems to kind of want to creep up. So that's a way to hedge your positions if you are long Mag 7 going into earnings. I think there will be a nice rotation back into oil coming up here in the next few. Another thing that I'm really looking at really closely, guys, and I've said this a few times, is I'm looking at companies like Disney, Nike, um, you know, Dollar General, some of these losers that have just been absolutely getting just kicked in the face day after day. Eventually, we're going to need to see them come back. We all know what happened with the China story. China came out and said that they were going to stimulate, and China did what China does, and they kind of backtracked on that a little bit. And we saw, um, during the first announcement, everything goes up 20, 30%, and now it's been kind of cascading back down. So we got to wait and see what we're going to see from those stocks. Alibaba, Pinduoduo, Baidu, just some of the few that we're looking at right now in the Chinese sector. I would love to see Alibaba hit that $100 level and hold, and then I would be a long holder going into 2025 for that one. Because obviously, if they're thinking, well, maybe we should do some stimulus, then obviously, then that may come to pass. But right now, they're kind of trying to put a little bit of a cap on that. Man, have you guys seen the move in Palantir though? $36 a couple of weeks ago. Now we're already at 43. I think we may be already at all-time highs on that one. That one is considered to be a really good AI play. Yeah, we did hit the highs today at 43.34. That is the high of the year. If I go back maybe 4 years, the high in the 4 year period is 45, guys. So we'll look for that to hit 45 and then see where we want to go from there. That is a long term hold for us as well. All of these plays that we talk about on Stocks and Cigars are plays that we look to really plant a seed and then just wait. This market has been a choppy one in which you really can't see a big amount of money being made on a day-to-day day trading basis. The SPX right now, I mean, if you're getting in those at 10 o'clock looking for the 10 o'clock reversal or 10:30 looking for the reversal, great. But the market has really been fits and starts. It's been a lot of choppiness and then a huge arrow up after a lot of choppiness. And it's just hard to find out when that arrow up is going to come because when you're at all-time highs, there's no real baseline to say, okay, this is where we're going to break out. This is where we're going to reject. So for me, guys, it's been finding those winning companies and putting some capital into those, going out to 2025 on some of their options, on some of their monthly options, and really looking at those leaps. 2026 is what we're looking at for some of these great companies that have been really mollywopped, if you will, over the last few months. So that's kind of where we are right now. The biggest thing that I want you guys to look at when it comes to what's going on in the world, companies like Generac, okay, that's one that I think a lot of people might be forgetting about. But Generac came back big, man. They were struggling to keep $100 stock level just a few months back. I remember in April trading this was around 120, 130. I mean, guys, we're at 172. So with all the storms and things like that going on, and what you see behind me, obviously there's going to be some power loss and things like that. There's a gap on that chart from the 4th of October where we closed at 160, and then the next day, the lowest we got the next day was I want to say around 163. So there is a $2 gap right there at 160. 160 is a really good spot to look at, look at Generac. Um, that was a $300 stock at one point. That has been absolutely decimated over the last 4 or 5 years when the Mag 7 kind of took over after COVID, and really never got back to its ether. I'm looking at November of 2020, 2023. Yeah, November of 2021. It was a $500 stock, $525, and it has been pretty much a cascade from there. So a lot of room to run in Generac. If they can get their act together, obviously Caterpillar has gotten their act together. Went from a 350 to a 400 dollar stock just right here in the last couple of months. So that's another one we're looking at. So a lot of great things happening, man. Stay tuned to your boy, man. We're gonna stay safe out here in this ugly weather. But at the end of the day, hey, the market don't sleep. No matter what's going on in your life, no matter what's going on politically, no matter what's going on geopolitically, stocks are going to move. The only time that stock market stops is when it's just a catastrophic, um, worldwide, uh, you know, disturbance. And if you don't have that, the market's still going to go. So your boy is still working. Your boy is still watching these markets for you, and your boy is still keeping that head on a swivel. Protect the bread. It's your boy Big G. Stocks and Cigars, episode 20. Big shout out to my guys over at Island Gym. Appreciate the care package, fellas. 100.